right, everyone, get ready, because we're about to take a deep dive into something that's got the crypto world buzzing. Grayscale, the big investment firm known for their, serious approach to crypto, they just dropped a bombshell. They launched a Dogecoin fund. A Dogecoin fund.
You hear that right? They're saying that Doge is not just a meme anymore. It's a tool for global financial inclusion. I mean, could this be a sign that Dogecoin is finally going mainstream? What do you think?
Well, what's really interesting here is that Grayscale actually made this move. They're not known for just throwing money at anything that has a cute dog on it. So why Dogecoin? What did they see that maybe other people are missing?
Yeah. It's not like they just, jump into things without thinking it through. This has got to be a calculated move, right? Oh, absolutely. I mean, Grayscale probably sees potential in Dogecoin's growing adoption as a payment method. And then there's the whole enthusiastic community behind it, right? And it's getting more and more recognition from these big institutional players. And there's always a chance, for significant returns if Dogecoin's price keeps going up. But you also have to remember Grayscale's acknowledging the risks too. And as we all know, Dogecoin can be incredibly volatile.
Oh yeah, for sure. Speaking of price going up, there's another thing that's got everyone talking. A possible Dogecoin ETF. Polymarket is even saying the odds are looking pretty good for the SEC to approve it. And if that happens, some analysts think Dogecoin could hit $1 in February. We're talking almost a 200% jump.
Yeah, and an SEC-approved Dogecoin ETF, that would be a big deal. It would make it much easier for everyday investors to get involved with Dogecoin. They wouldn't have to deal with all the complexities of buying and storing cryptocurrency directly.
Right, remember all that chaos when everyone was trying to buy Doge on Robinhood? Imagine that, but on a much bigger scale.
Exactly. A ton of new investors would come in. Demand for Dogecoin would skyrocket, and the price, well, it would probably go through the roof. But we have to remember, ETF approval isn't a sure thing, and the SEC's been pretty hesitant to approve cryptocurrency ETFs in the past.
Yeah, true. So we're looking at this article from trcrypto.news that makes a case for Dogecoin's price going up. They say there are 4 main things that need to happen. It's like a recipe for a Doge moonshot.
Okay, so what's the first ingredient?
Well, first, the SEC has to be open to crypto ETFs.
Right. So if they start approving more Bitcoin ETFs, that could open the door for a Dogecoin ETF too.
So basically, a Bitcoin ETF approval would be a good sign for Doge fans.
Yeah, it would definitely create a more positive regulatory environment for sure.
Okay, what's the next thing on the list?
The second condition is all about how Bitcoin's doing. Dogecoin often follows Bitcoin's lead, just like a lot of other altcoins.
So if the Bitcoin market is healthy, it's good news for Doge too.
Yeah, generally speaking, that's true. If Bitcoin keeps moving upward, Dogecoin will probably go along with it.
Okay, that makes sense. What's the third ingredient in this Dogecoin moonshot recipe?
Positive inflation news from the U.S. If inflation starts to cool down, the Federal Reserve might cut interest rates sooner than we think. And that could boost investor confidence, lead them to look for riskier assets. And that includes cryptocurrencies, of course.
Right, so the bigger economic picture plays a part too. Now, the last ingredient. The article talks about something called the Elliott wave theory. It says that Dogecoin's price might be following a specific pattern.
Oh yeah, the Elliott wave theory. It's a type of technical analysis that looks for repeating price patterns over the long term. It's based on the idea that investor psychology drives these patterns. So it basically says that market prices move in predictable waves.
So it's like trying to predict the market's mood swings.
You could say that. The article says that Dogecoin's in the 4th wave of this pattern right now. And if they're right, the next move could be the 5th and final wave. And that's a bullish wave.
Hold on. Before we get too carried away with all these waves, can you explain what this means for Dogecoin's price?
Sure. According to the article, this potential 5th wave could push Dogecoin's price up to about 66 cents and maybe even retest its all-time high of 76 cents.
Wow, those are some pretty impressive numbers. But can we really rely on this Elliott wave theory? I mean, it sounds a little bit like reading tea leaves to me.
You're right to be skeptical. It is subjective, and it's based on interpreting past price data. It's kind of like trying to drive your car by looking only in the rearview mirror.
Exactly. So while it's an interesting theory, we shouldn't base all our decisions on it, right?
Absolutely not. You have to look at the bigger picture, too. Things like market trends, fundamentals, and of course, your own personal risk tolerance. If you want to learn more about how to navigate the crypto market and make sense of all these indicators, you should check out our YouTube channel, CoinTalk Podcast. We do more deep dives like this one all the time.
That's right. We break down complicated topics into easy-to-understand insights, just like we're doing right now. Hit that like button and let us know what you think about Dogecoin and the Elliott wave theory in the comments. Who knows? Maybe we'll all be celebrating on the moon someday. But before we get too excited about all that we need to talk about, the elephant in the room.
Dogecoin's fundamentals. The article mentions that Dogecoin's a proof-of-work coin, just like Bitcoin. But beyond the price predictions and potential ETFs, what is it actually used for in the real world? Does it actually have the utility to justify such a massive price increase?
That's the million Dogecoin question, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we'll be exploring next. Stick around. So we've talked about a potential Dogecoin ETFs and the Elliott wave theory and all this buzz around Doge hitting $1. But now let's get down to brass tacks. What are Dogecoin's fundamentals? What's it actually used for in the real world?
Well, that's where things get a little interesting. You see, Dogecoin started as a joke. It was kind of a lighthearted take on the whole cryptocurrency thing when it was just emerging. It wasn't really meant to be a serious financial tool.
So Doge is all bark and no bite.
Well, not entirely. Dogecoin has actually gained some traction as a payment method, especially for microtransactions and online tipping. It's known for its low transaction fees and fast processing times, so it's quite appealing for small, quick payments.
So if I want to tip someone for a funny meme, Dogecoin is the way to go.
It's definitely an option. And its vibrant community has played a big part in its adoption. You know, Dogecoin has this strong sense of camaraderie and fun, which has definitely contributed to its popularity.
Yeah, Dogecoin definitely has that community spirit going for it. But if we're talking about serious utility and use cases compared to, say, Ethereum with its smart contracts or Bitcoin's store of value proposition, where does Dogecoin stand?
That's the real question, isn't it? While Dogecoin has found a place in microtransactions and online tipping, its overall utility is still pretty limited, especially when you compare it to other more established cryptocurrencies. It doesn't have the robust infrastructure or the wide range of applications that some of its counterparts offer.
So it's more about the vibes than the tech.
Well, the community aspect is definitely a big part of Dogecoin's appeal. But if Dogecoin wants to move beyond its meme coin status and become a serious player in the crypto world, it needs to develop more compelling use cases. It has to show some real-world utility.
So if fundamentals aren't its strong suit, then what's driving all this excitement around Dogecoin? Why are people so eager to jump on the Doge train?
There are a few things at play here. First, the overall bullish sentiment in the crypto market is lifting many altcoins, including Dogecoin. Bitcoin's recent price surge has created a kind of ripple effect. It's boosting investor confidence and their appetite for riskier assets.
So it's like a rising tide lifts all boats.
Precisely. Dogecoin's riding that wave. It's benefiting from all the positive sentiment in the crypto space. Second, Dogecoin has incredible brand recognition. It's the meme coin, the one everyone knows, even if they don't fully understand it.
Yeah. You don't need a PhD in economics to understand a cute dog.
Exactly. That widespread recognition makes it attractive to both everyday investors looking for a fun and easy way to get into crypto, and also institutional players like Grayscale who are starting to see its potential.
So even though it started as a joke, Dogecoin has become a serious player in the crypto market.
It really has. It's a fascinating example of how meme culture and internet virality can actually have a real-world financial impact. Dogecoin's journey shows just how unpredictable the crypto market can be. Sentiment and speculation can often outweigh fundamental value.
It's a wild ride for sure. But this brings up a big question. Is Dogecoin about to take us to the moon? Or is this just another hype cycle that's going to fizzle out?
That's the billion Dogecoin question. And as always, there's no easy answer in the crypto world. On one hand, you've got potential ETF approvals, favorable market conditions, and technical indicators like the Elliott wave suggesting a potential price surge.
And on the other hand,
Dogecoin's fundamentals are still a concern. Its price movements are notoriously volatile, and the market can be easily swayed by the actions of large holders, the so-called whales.
so should we be loading up on Doge or holding back? What's your take?
I always hesitate to make price predictions, especially in the crypto market, but I will say this. Dogecoin's story shows the power of community and the unpredictable nature of crypto. Whether it hits $1 or not, it's already made its mark on the financial landscape, and that's something to think about.
It definitely is. And if you're interested in diving deeper into the world of crypto, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, CoinTalk Podcast. We break down complex topics like this every week, helping you make sense of the ever-changing world of cryptocurrency.
We'll be back with more insights on Dogecoin and its potential future after a quick message. Don't go anywhere.
And remember, you can join the conversation and share your thoughts on Dogecoin's journey in the comments below. We always love to hear from you.
Welcome back to the show. We've been on this roller coaster ride exploring Dogecoin's potential to reach $1 in February. We've talked about Grayscale's surprising Dogecoin fund, and even dived into that intriguing Elliott wave theory. It's pretty clear that Dogecoin's got everyone's attention. But as we always say here on CoinTalk Podcast, it's important to look beyond the hype. We got to consider the bigger picture.
You're absolutely right. We've explored the possibility of a Dogecoin ETF being approved by the SEC. We talked about how Bitcoin's performance affects Dogecoin, and even those macroeconomic factors that could impact its price. But what's really fascinating to me is Dogecoin's journey itself. It started as a joke, a lighthearted take on the whole crypto thing. And now look at us. We're seriously analyzing its potential to become a major player in finance.
It really is a testament to the power of community and how unpredictable the crypto market is. Who would have thought a meme coin would spark so much debate and analysis? It really makes you think about what we consider valuable in this digital age.
I think so too. Dogecoin's trajectory shows us this trend where the lines between internet culture, community-driven projects, and traditional investments are blurring. It raises some really interesting questions about what finance will look like in the future and how these decentralized communities will shape it.
So where do we go from here? What should our listeners be watching for in the coming weeks that might give us clues about Dogecoin's next move?
Well, first, any news from the SEC about crypto ETFs, especially a potential Dogecoin ETF, that'll be crucial. If they approve it, it could really energize the market and push Dogecoin's price up.
Okay, so the SEC's decision on crypto ETFs is a big one. What else should we keep an eye on?
Bitcoin's performance is always going to be important. As we said, Dogecoin tends to follow Bitcoin's trends. So if Bitcoin keeps going strong, it could have a positive impact on Doge.
Bitcoin, healthy, Doge. Healthy on our. Got it. Any last words of wisdom for our listeners who might be caught up in the Doge fever?
Just remember to always do your own research. Don't just blindly follow the hype or worry about missing out. Make sure you understand the risks and the potential rewards. Make smart decisions that align with your financial goals and your risk tolerance. The crypto market is always going to be volatile, so never invest more than you can afford to lose.
That's some great advice. And if you want to navigate the exciting and sometimes confusing world of crypto with confidence, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, CoinTalk Podcast. We break down complex topics like this every week to help you make sense of it all.
Don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment with your thoughts on Dogecoin's future. And share this episode with your friends. Let's keep this conversation going.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Dogecoin. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the fascinating world of crypto right here on CoinTalk Podcast.